What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to talk about my experience with catching COVID-19 in May of 2022. I caught COVID-19 for the first time, which after all this time is pretty incredible. It took me that long to catch the virus, but unfortunately I did. Now the reason why I wanted to make this video was to really highlight the fact that getting back to life post-COVID wasn't easy. And I think there are so many things in life where we're trying to have pride, and I think it's okay to say, hey, guess what, I struggled. And so in this video, I'm going to show that. I'm going to show my experience. I'm going to show how I really struggled to get back to life post-corona, and also share how I caught it. Now, within this video, by no means am I saying it wasn't my fault the way I caught COVID. It was entirely my fault. I'm not trying to share blame. I'm just sharing my experience. So let's get started. So as we all know, the main outbreak of COVID-19 happened around March of 2020. That's the first time it broke out where I live. That was when it sort of became this big global pandemic. Now at the time I was actually working at a hospital, and somehow between 2019 and 2020 I did not catch COVID. And I was working at the hospital every single day, and I happened to just not get COVID. Then within 2021, I quarantined, I did university online, we followed all the restrictions, all the guidances, and again, didn't catch COVID. I also flew to Australia, which I have a lot of vlogs that I'll tag up above. Flew to Australia, of course, followed the restrictions there as well, but didn't catch COVID. Then where I live in January of 2022, there was more outbreaks. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll catch COVID here. What's gonna happen? And somehow didn't catch COVID. So I passed all of the different outbreaks, all my friends caught COVID, and somehow I managed not to catch it. Then, life continued. April came, April of 2022, my roommates caught corona, there was another outbreak, and again, I happened to not catch corona. So I was like, I'm immune. Clearly, that's what's going on, because I just happened to keep not catching corona. Around April of 2022, where I live started to lift restrictions. So they removed the mask mandate, all university went full-time in person, events opened up again, restaurants were opening, everything was going back to normal. And it really felt like life was just continuing. And while it was really hard and really scary, and you want to stay away from the corona, of course it got really difficult, and I've spoken about it here before, my struggles through quarantine, as well as the fact that just not living life and not being social was getting very difficult. And so when they started lifting all the mandates and lifting the restrictions, most people went back to living normal life. And that's what I did as well. Now obviously I was a bit more precautious and I was afraid of corona, but life started again. And if you were quarantining yourself, that was something you were taking on, and that meant the university was not going to do things for you because they were full-time in person and you should be there too. Life, friends, everything was continuing. That if you were going to separate yourself, that was something you were taking on for yourself. And so as time moved on, I just went back to living normal life. Now in May of 2022 is when everything changed. Where I live, they put on a student festival. So all the students within all the different universities come together for one night of a big festival. Now, for many years, they had done COVID restrictions, but at this point, the government had lifted all corona restrictions and it was really life back to normal. So I went to a festival. It was also my roommate's birthday, so we had a big celebration and went to this festival. I'll insert some clips here because it was great fun. But came home from the festival, and slowly a few days after I was not feeling good. Now I will 100% hand on heart say it was entirely my fault. I wasn't being responsible. I was sharing drinks with my friends. We were standing in big crowds of people, but legally we weren't doing anything wrong. And I just happened to be someone that hadn't caught COVID until then, so I was more at risk. But everyone else had caught COVID. Now the festival happened on a Thursday night. On Sunday I had a sore throat. Did a COVID test, came out negative. Monday, wasn't feeling great, did a COVID test, came out negative. Went to university, and my teacher was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm just not feeling so great, whatever. Tuesday really wasn't feeling good, but I had a huge presentation due on the Wednesday that I had to be at. So Tuesday night, between Tuesday and Wednesday, I wake up at 4 a.m. and I felt like there was a straw down my throat, that I was breathing through a teeny air canal. That I couldn't breathe, I was suffocating. It was awful, like an awful experience. but I had to be at university on Wednesday, and all my COVID tests, which I had followed all the legal restrictions, all of them were negative. So I went to the university on Wednesday, got there, put my assignment on my desk, felt like I was gonna faint, turned around and went home. Called my teacher, I was like, listen, something is wrong. My assignment, I've handed in, it's on the desk, but I'm just can't be there. Come home, I get back into bed. My roommate who had tested positive a few weeks before me, so she was like less at risk of catching it from me because she had just gotten it, came into my room and said, Becky, one of our friends just tested positive, we need to do another test on you. And I was like, no, I've done tests. And she said, no, we need to do another test on you right now. And I couldn't lift my head. So she did the test for me, and as soon as she put the swab and the test together, thickest black line I have ever seen, testing positive. And I spent the next week in bed. I will say my symptoms entirely were like breathing. I'm already like pre-exposed to asthma, like I'm slightly asthmatic. So it was all the breathing problems. And the reason why I'm making this video is I think it's really interesting for future reference to be able to look back and remember our experiences within this global pandemic that we lived through. But thinking about it now, it's been a while, so thinking about it now, it was really not fun. It was really not fun. But the week of COVID, the week that I got it, the government had lifted all restrictions. So at that point, my university, they couldn't make exceptions for me because there was no legal standing saying that Corona is still in existence, basically. And so I had to go back to uni. The first day that I could get out of bed, I had to go back to university as soon as it was obviously legal for me to go. And I had to just catch up all the work. And it was really difficult. It was really difficult. I will say by the end of the year, you could definitely see my progression of work, how it shifted when I got sick. And it did bring my work down. It sucked. It was really not fun. And I think that's why I'm making this video, to normalize the fact that we all struggled through this pandemic, and it's okay to say that you struggled, because I had on how struggled. So that's my experience. That's how I caught COVID. That's how my experience went. And I vlogged the week after just to highlight the fact that it wasn't easy going back to university and just what it's like to sort of remove yourself from this world and have to go back into it. So thanks for watching this portion of the video, and now let's go to the vlog. I was trying to figure out why I feel so weird, and then I realized this is my first time leaving my house in 7 days. Like, this is my first time in direct sunlight in 7 days. That is crazy. Now, if you know me, you know I like to like go for runs and go for walks and be outside. And so having been indoors for the past week, it's so weird because at first it's like you hate it, then you adjust to it, then you're scared to leave. Once you leave, you're like, oh cool, like this is what living is like. Now you can see I'm like out of breath more because Corona is really like affecting my breathing, which is crazy to think about. I mean, it's not crazy, it's normal, but I just can't believe it happened. But I'm outside. This feels so nice. It feels literally so good. The past, I was like 2.5 days, I've been feeling a lot better and like able to be a human. And so those days were hard to be indoors. And also my room is north facing, meaning I don't get any direct sunlight. So, wow, being outside, it feels so nice. It feels so nice to be a functional human being again. I mean, the stress of the world is all coming back, but I feel good. I feel good. Good morning, guys. It is 6:30 in the morning, and I am on the way to the bus stop. I look like it's 6:30 in the morning, but not gonna lie, I'm really nervous. This is my first day back since being sick with COVID and being, you know, out of action, and I'm really stressed out. Like, I've tried to catch up as much work as I can, but I really only had yesterday to work. So I've done a bit, but I'm just stressed. Like, I don't know, like, I've been MIA. I haven't really been able to do anything. So I have a whole week of work to catch up. And it was a really bad week to get COVID because we had so much uni work due, and I'm just stressing. I'm very much the type to like stress about things that haven't even happened yet. So I'm just stressed that I'm not gonna catch up. So this this week I'm trying to like be nice to myself. I tried to work as much as I could. I emailed both my teachers. They both seemed very nice and understanding that I had corona. So I don't know why, but I'm really panicked. But they seem to be nice. I also booked a nail appointment because clearly it is necessary. So there's some good things going on, but I'm just so stressed. It's like, you know, when you've been on summer vacation and then you have to get back into the university swing of things. That's what's wrong here. That's why I'm stressed, because I've been out of it for so long. It'll be okay. I also think I just have a lot of things due this week, and like the teachers are just gonna have to be understanding. And if they're not, I don't know. I keep telling myself I'm not the first person to have corona. I definitely won't be the last. So there has to be precautions in place. I hope they're nice. We just got a year 3 today and tomorrow. And the week is done. Then I'm slowly readjusting. Usually I have the beginning of the week off to catch up, but this week is not the case. There's a lot of family things going on, so I won't have that time, which is stressful. But we're just gonna do as best as we can, and they're just gonna have to be understanding. I literally am ready for bed, and I totally forgot I was supposed to film this part, and that's why I look so shiny, because I already have my nighttime moisturizer on, but it is what it is. Anyways, it is bedtime. I am about to hit the sack, but I just wanted to give an update as to how my first day pre-corona back to university was, and it was hard. It was hard. Like, it's just a big adjustment going back, and it's so weird because literally before corona I was going to university full time, you know, life was normal. And then you take a week off where you do absolutely nothing and you lie in bed, and then having to go back and be a human and have responsibilities. It's a tough adjustment, but the teachers were quite nice. I don't know, I'm really nervous about that. I have a big presentation tomorrow that we were given it the day I tested positive. So I obviously haven't done it yet. So that's the stressful part of this. It's all the work and all the catch up, and I have weekly assignments due, so I have missed things that are due. However, for today, I caught up as much as I could. So considering I've been MIA for a week, I have done quite a lot of work. Like, I'm pretty much on task, but just tomorrow's presentation, I'm screwed. However, the teachers have been relatively nice, so that's okay. They all know that I was sick, so you know, it is what it is at this point. We're just sort of going with it. There's nothing more I can do right now. I'm just gonna have to be patient with myself, and they're gonna have to be patient with me. I'm always my own worst enemy. I hold myself to a stupid standard, and I expect myself to be perfect all the time, which, secret, I'm never perfect, ever. But I'm just doing as much as I can. So we're seeing what we can do at this point. But it is 12:20. I wanted to go to bed before 11. I mean, that's a joke. I wanted to go to bed before midnight. However, I was working until 11:30. So yeah. And I have like a weirdly long night routine. So it takes a while. If you want to see that, comment down below. I am literally so shiny. Anyways, I'm gonna go hit the sack, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's 6:30 and I'm awake. And we're heading off. You know, I'm so freaking tired when I keep pressing my floor. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. But let's just get this day started and get this day over with. I'm just not sure if this bus is coming. I'm not really sure what's happening with it. And that's an issue. And thank the Lord above us, the day is done. So I am waiting for the bus. Should be coming in under 3 minutes, and then we'll be home. We'll be done. I'm actually gonna get my nails done. They are in need. I did this to entertain myself in quarantine, but now they're in need of fixing. So we're gonna go get our nails done, have a little treat. I did a lot of work today, but I do have a lot to do tonight. So let's going to be an interesting evening, but I'm excited just for a little bit of a break. I'm literally going on the longest route I've ever walked in my life, but I'm going to get my nails done now. I literally still have all my things from university and just got off the bus, but you know what, we need some pampering. This is the before. They look awful. So yeah, let's go get pampered. Look how beautiful this is. I'm not really sure entirely where I am, but it's really good lighting, so I'm happy. I've just finished my homework and it is 2 a.m. So I'm gonna hit the sack. Good night, and I will see you guys in my next video.